Hi, this is Jaya. In this video, we shall see about a few old English elegies. An elegy is a lament about some loss. It can be a dear person whom you have lost, that is, they might have died, or maybe it's a great loss in your life. And a few English elegies we shall discuss here. The first one is The Ruined Burg. The subject matter of this poem is the lamentation of an unknown Anglo Saxon poet, and he laments for the vanished glory of a great city named Bath. This city, Bath, was once a center of fashions and attractions. It was full of glory and splendidness. But now, this city, Bath, is ruined, and that ruin was caused by the savage attack by the mighty Romans on the Anglo Saxon people. And now there's only a bitter memory of the grand and glorious past. The poet emphasizes how the once splendid city is now turned to absolutely nothingness under their attack. And the poem is highly impressive for its personal note, lyrical feature, and descriptive details. Next, we have The Wanderer, which is again written by an anonymous poet, and the subject matter of this elegy is a lamentation of a young man for his dead master. This young man was once a thane of the generous lord. Now he wanders in a ship over the sea, almost in a state of exile in search of his master. His fervent love for his dead lord leads him to dream of his reunion with him. But to his utter astonishment and despair, he wakes up on a cold and lonely sea and finds himself still haunted with the pang of separation from his dear lord. His imagined bliss soon yields to the gloomy reality of the present. The poem had a subjective tone. The poem is also linked to Lord Tennyson's immortal elegy In Memoriam. Next, we have The Seafarer, which is again written by an unknown author, and it is said to be a very long poem. It is a sort of dramatic lyric. The poem appears to be a monologue of a seaman. The speaker is actually a tempest driven mariner, and therefore, to him, sea is both terrifying and also alluring. That is, the sea keeps on inviting him to sail in her. And the theme of the poem is a kind of enumeration of the woes and worries of the seafarer's life, and it is also the rarity and beauty of the sea. On the sea, the speaker is tormented by the sea's evil agent, yet he loves the sea passionately due to its beauty. The poem is also claimed as an allegory of human life. In fact, Seafarer established a tendency of writing poetry on sea life for great English poets like Shelley, Byron, and Keats. Next, we have The Wife's Complaint or The Wife's Lament and The Husband's Message. The Wife's Complaint and The Husband's Message are the Old English love poems. These two love poems are also famous for their highly personal note and sincerity. These poems are dramatic monologues. The wife laments and feels pangs for the cruel separation from her beloved husband. Now she is imprisoned by the malicious kinsmen of her husband. The husband in this message sends to his wife and asks her to meet him, and he says that he is waiting for her. The husband is possibly exiled in some foreign land where from he assures her of deep love and devotion to her. Next, we have Wolf and Edwasser. It is a dramatic monologue, and we cannot say whether this is an elegy or a riddle or a song or a ballad with refrain, because it can be characterized, associated with all these. And here in this poem, we have a speaker who is separated from her lover or a husband, and the name of that lover or husband is Wolf, and both symbolically and metaphorically we find that this separation is seemingly maintained by a threat of violence, possibly by her own people, and she is crying out of a sorrow for her lover. She longs for him to take her in his arms. She finds comfort in his coming, but it is also bittersweet. She then adverses Edwasser, who may be her husband or a captor, and she appears to identify their whelp. Whelp is generally understood to metaphorically imply a child, and there is possibly a reference to the child's being the whelp of a man named Wolf, and she describes this child as being taken off to the woods. The poem contains a refrain, "It is not so with us." And here ends what I want to say about the Old English elegies. If you have anything more to add on, please write it in the comment box, like the video, share it with your friends, and if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe and support. Thank you.